fool tried to take credit for insulin prices. Let's talk about the fact that this fool wanted to tell us about black jobs. I would have double dog dared him to tell me what bill that came out of. We have two choices. It is very clear.
Jasmine Crockett, a rising Democratic star who continues to make headlines for all the right reasons, whether it be exposing MAGA, their hypocrisy, or failure to legislate, has now went on MSNBC to defend Biden from the attacks he's received since the debate, which, as we've covered on the show, comes mostly from the right, who are trying to portray it like it comes from the left, even though Democrats are still largely supporting Biden, and he's received $33 million in fundraising since the debate, $26 million of that coming directly from grassroots donations. But I want to get through a few clips of Jasmine on MSNBC as she was making some really good points.
You know, one of the things that was so frustrating to me when I saw this debate in Atlanta was this fool tried to take credit for insulin prices. And I was like, that was the perfect opportunity to be like, and y'all call me senile. He obviously is senile because he is now trying to take credit for my legislation. I would have double dog dared him to tell me what bill that came out of. So, you know, I'm just like, dude, like, this guy is crazy. He's evil. And then when I listened to the segment before and you're talking about really issues as it relates to Project 2025, because they do want to install loyalists. They don't want those government workers like my mama, who has always worked for the federal government so long as I can remember, the people that have the institutional knowledge to make sure that they can carry our country forward, and they work under whichever administration, Democratic or Republican.
What Trump is trying to take credit for with the insulin thing is something he tried and failed to do at the very end of his presidency in hopes to garner his election chances better. He passed an executive order for Medicare plans only that allowed them to voluntarily lower their insulin copays. It didn't make the insulin price that. They had the chance or choice to opt out if they wanted, and didn't do anything for those who were uninsured or those on other insurance plans not tied in with Medicare. It also never was implemented, so it full stop did not happen. And regardless, all experts on the matter said the impact would be negligible, would only reduce resources. Only 1 in 11 people needing insulin at most would have the ability to get covered. And remember, their insurance could still opt out. And in those plans and centers, they were already offering reduced prices or plans to help these people. And then Biden came in and made it across the board $35 non-negotiable for everyone. So clearly he's far superior on the matter. He's the one who got it done, and it actually got implemented. So large difference there. And the closer we get to the election, the more I'll cover about Project 2025. But he does indeed want to get rid of all the nonpartisan government workers who work under Democrats and Republicans, don't take party affiliation, don't lay their opinions on political grounds, only to replace them with MAGA loyalists who won't question a word he says. We've covered some of them on the channel. One said he's willing to go to jail, and anyone serving in the Trump administration should be ready to do so. So the details of the kind of people Trump are looking for is pretty scary.
I don't really care if he was off for 90 minutes and didn't put on like people wanted him to put on. The reality is that he is 50,000 times better than Trump, and Republicans will not leave Trump, and he has 34 felony convictions and still got over 50 pending. We have two choices. It is very clear. You can either go with Donald Trump, who gave us a Supreme Court that is continuing to do harm, who absolutely plans to put additional Supreme Court justices on the bench, as well as install other idiotic judges such as Eileen Cannon, such as Kaczmarek down in Texas, who handled the mifepristone case. Like, if that's the America that you want, then absolutely go vote for Donald Trump. But if you want an America in which repro is a reality, if you want an America where you can love whoever you want to love, that is going to be Joe Biden's America.
Trump appointed more judges that were rated not qualified than any president ever before, and if elected again, he would continue to appoint more. His Supreme Court nominees have overturned Roe v. Wade, stripping women of their fundamental rights. They overturned the Chevron doctrine, which was the backbone of environmental protection since it was established. And to her point about love whoever you want, here's an excerpt from Project 2025 that clearly states they will only give grants to marriages between one man man and one woman, which is a horrendous thing and works to undo all the rights that same-sex couples have fought long and hard to achieve. This election is about equality, about justice, about evening out the Supreme Court, about women's freedoms, and you get absolutely none of that if you vote for the convicted felon.
Let's talk about the fact that this fool wanted to tell us about black jobs, right? Like, let's be clear. Donald Trump does not understand black culture. What he's doing is playing in our faces, and he's got people that he wants to sit up there and throw out as little tokens and be like, hey, look at my black friend. That's essentially what he does. But at the end of the day, I need people to choose themselves. If everybody is saying that the economy is number one, then please tell me why you would vote for Donald Trump when he refused to answer any economic question. He has no plan. He never has had a plan. And the only plan that he plans to follow is the manifesto that's been laid out in Project 2025 that believes that DEI is the end of us. So that means that people like me, people of color, women, that's a problem for them. They want to excommunicate us. Like, they are trying to give the keys over to the white supremacists.
Trump will only speak to black communities so much as so that it benefits him electorally. He's been sued in the past for racial housing discrimination. There's tape going around of him saying the N-word. He wouldn't hire black people for construction projects. He will pander to us for some votes, all while attacking affirmative action, CRT, DEI, the things that remove the barriers to equality for this community. And that's because he actually couldn't care less about us. When he was in office, he tried rolling back lending laws that protected black families and helped them get homes, which they're still disproportionately affected by. It's about creating a straight white patriarchy society for Trump. So if you're LGBTQ, if you're black, if you're Jewish, if you're a woman, if you're an immigrant, if you're anything but just like Trump, you will be left behind. And that's not something you should play about or ever doubt, which is why it's more important to mobilize this year, vote for Joe Biden, vote in huge numbers when you do, and be sure that bigotry cannot and will not ever make its way back into the White House. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.